were put under surveillance. That there is a suicide attack in Mumbai and something लग रहा है कि ये पाकिस्तानीज जो है कुछ अटैक कर रहे हैं. सुना कि वो लोग पूछ रहे थे किसी आदमी से कि बता तू कौन है, बट क्लियर पाकिस्तानी डायलेक्ट कि कौन है, क्या कर रहा है यहाँ. और वो आई थिंक ही वॉज वियरिंग समथिंग, जिसकी वजह से ये उसको ज़्यादा इंटिमेट कर रहे थे.
अच्छा.
तो
there was the crucial turning point was because the intelligence bureau at that time was able to intercept some calls of the 26/11 attackers. How did that happen? We will ask Mr. Sinha about it. How did that happen? Why did
before I come to that question, let me give a slight background that prior to 26/11, whenever something used to happen in our country which we thought was Pak sponsored, but the international community, including the Americans, they thought that it is all Kashmir centric and they were not giving much attention to what we told them. We used to tell them that Pakistan is a nursery of terrorism and it perpetrates terrorist act in foreign soil, but nobody used to believe us. But this was a game changer. After 26/11, when they for themselves they saw that their citizens have been killed in Mumbai and they were also involved in the investigation of the 26/11 attack, they came to know that yes, it is Pakistan which is exporting terror and they are training the terrorists and sending to other places for terrorist attacks.
Is it true that IB and you at that time as the head of IB's counter-terrorism unit actually planted some SIM cards which were being sent to Pakistan, and that's how you got your breakthrough?
You know, as a counter-terrorism expert, or when you are dealing with the issues concerning counter-terrorism, you take so many steps, so many actions which will enable you in future to prevent the terror attacks. So we do so many things. So this was also an effort in that direction. Actually, when this happened, this was a very, very small, you can say small step, small, very, very insignificant an effort, if I can say, on my part, because I came to know that from the Kashmir police, they are trying to send some SIM cards to Pakistan through one of their operatives. So somebody in Pakistan had demanded Indian prepaid SIM cards.
That was in September?
That was in September 2018.
Okay.
No, none of us. 2018. None of us.
2008, yeah.
None of 2008, yes.
Yeah.
None of us, including the Kashmir police operatives or myself, we were aware that what is the purpose for which they are collecting the SIM cards. Right. We never knew. So to take a chance, it was, you can say, a blind shot that we thought, okay, when they are asking, let me also give 3 of Delhi SIM cards in that pack. Let us see. I at that time thought that somebody from Kashmir route comes to Punjab or to Uttar Pradesh or to Delhi, his movements will be tracked.
And you'll be able to preempt.
And we will be able to bust some terrorist module in the country, and that way prevent some terrorist strike. So that was the thing in our mind.
Tell me the story. You had a fascinating story, because I believe there's a 60 days windows, and somebody in your office said that because you got these SIM cards on observation, but you were about to shut them. But what happened in November?
You know, normally when you plant some SIM cards for operational purposes, you put them under technical surveillance, because if somebody starts using that, you will be able to know to whom he is talking, what is his location, everything you will come to know, and you can plot his movement. So unless you put the SIM cards under surveillance, you will not be able to know everything. Even if your SIM card is being used, you will not be able to know anything. So those SIM cards were put under surveillance, and the normal cycle for a surveillance order is for 60 days. So when the 60 days period expired, people who were asked to monitor the transactions in the SIM card. They reported, sir, it is nothing, कुछ नहीं आया है, so active हुआ ही नहीं है, तो हम लोग इसको drop कर देते हैं because unnecessary हमारा जो space है वो उसको waste हो रहा है. Space, not quota, waste, because we have slots in our system. System it is going waste and we are not able to get anything. Then after some thinking, I said, okay, let it continue for one more cycle.
तो ये आपको ऐसे लगा अपने दिमाग में ज़हन में आया कि इसको रहने दो?
You know, it was one of those thoughts. But let it continue for 60 more days.
So this happened in November.
Mid-November में. Mid-November. So I thought that let it continue for 60 more days. So I sent the proposal and it was approved and the monitoring continued. So that was there. But in hindsight, if I think that how I did it, why I did it, I will say it was a divine intervention.
उस दिन का बताइए, 26 नवंबर में जब ये हुआ इंसिडेंट, आप उस वक्त आईबी के दफ्तर में थे, कहाँ थे, कैसे आपको पता चला?
It was, you can say, post 9 o'clock in the evening, and I had taken my dinner and I was watching the TV and I saw that some firing is going on in Mumbai and in some restaurants, and some taxi explosions have taken place in some taxi. So I was also not able to make out what is there.
Gang war
hai, or it was a local something happened, something other. I was also not able to know at that time. And at the same time, I got a call from my director. Same thing, he also saw in the TV that something is happening. So he asked me that please get in touch with the police officers in Mumbai and find out.
So this was Mr. Haldar, Director of Intelligence Bureau.
He was the director. Okay. He called me and he said, please find out what is happening. I said, yes, I have also seen. और मैं भी देखता हूँ कि वहाँ किसी से पता करके मैं आपको बताता हूँ. During the same time when I was talking to him, on another phone, my mobile phone, my deputy director, DIG called and said, sir, there has been, it appears that there is a suicide attack in Mumbai and something is going on. I asked him, how can you say that something is going on in Mumbai because we are only seeing the TV? He said that, sir, we are intercepting something in our facility.
जो आपके जो सिम कार्ड आपने लगाए थे ऑब्जर्वेशन में?
No, that is not there. I will tell you that this was the thing which he told me कि सर हम लोग कुछ इंटरसेप्ट कर रहे हैं.
अच्छा, उनको पता नहीं था क्या
इंटरसेप्ट कर रहे हैं, बट वहाँ पे लग रहा है कि ये फिलाइन अटैक है और पाकिस्तानी लैंग्वेज में, बिकॉज यू कैन मेक आउट पंजाबी पाकिस्तानी लहजा क्या है, उससे लग रहा है कि ये पाकिस्तानीज जो है कुछ अटैक कर रहे हैं कहीं पे. तो आई सेड ओके, यू कम टू आवर सिक्योर फैसिलिटी जो हमारा मॉनिटर करते हैं, आ जाओ. In the meanwhile, I also went very close to it was about less than 10 minutes drive from my residence. When I reached there and I went to that facility, people were listening to that. So I said, put the target on speakerphone. So when he put it on speakerphone, I could also sense that something very serious is happening.
तो क्या सुना, क्या बात?
मैंने सुना कि वो लोग पूछ रहे थे किसी आदमी से कि बता तू कौन है, बट क्लियर पाकिस्तानी डायलेक्ट कि कौन है, क्या कर रहा है यहाँ. और वो आई थिंक ही वॉज वियरिंग समथिंग जिसकी वजह से ये उसको ज़्यादा इंट्रोगेट कर रहे थे.
अच्छा.
तो देवर
लग रहा था कोई
वीवीआईपी पकड़ लिया है. और वो जो है वो पीछे से कोई और उनको डायरेक्ट कर रहा था कि पूछ वो कौन है.
तो दो आवाजें
हाँ, यू कैन मेक आउट व्हेन देयर इज समथिंग गोइंग ऑन, यू आर एबल टू लिसन बोथ साइड्स. तो दोनों आपको लग रहा था कि बता रहा था कि कौन है. तो इसने पूछा तो बोला कि मैं चेन्नई का स्कूल मास्टर हूँ. तो उधर से पीछे वाले ने बोला कि चेन्नई स्कूल मास्टर, मारो. एक्चुअली उसने बोला मारो देखो.
वो आवाज में उसने कहा
ये इसको यू हैव टू. तो उसने बोला कि 20,000 के कमरे में स्कूल मास्टर ठहरेगा, वो पूछो कौन है. वजीर, हमको तो लगता है कि वजीर है. तो बोला सर कपड़े तो वजीर वाले ही पहने हुए हैं. सो बोल रहा है मास्टर है, लेकिन तो बोला अच्छा ठीक है, उसको तुम बुला के लाओ, किसी होटल वाला वहाँ पर जरूर कोई घूम रहा होगा, बुला के लाओ, आइडेंटिफाई कौन आदमी है ये।
उसको लग रहा था कि किसी ऐसे को बंधक बनाया कि जो पॉलिटिशियन है।
हाँ, तो अगर बार बार ये कि अगर तुमने वजीर पकड़ लिया तो तुम हिंदुस्तान से जो मांगोगे तुमको वो मिलेगा,
ये कहा उसने
कहा उधर से।
तो
उन्होंने किसी को लाया कि बताओ तुम्हारा कमरा नंबर क्या है, तो उसने कोई अपना कमरा नंबर बताया, तो उसको फिर कुछ आवाजें आ रही थी, तो लग रहा था कि कोई वहां पर कंप्यूटर डेस्क पे ले गया था, हर एक फ्लोर पे रहता है, वो चेक कर रहा था कमरा नंबर। इसी बीच कोई और छोटा धमाका का आवाज आया और उसके बाद वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया कॉल।
अच्छा,
उसके बाद वो सीन चेंज कर जाता है। थोड़ी देर के बाद जब आता है तो फिर ये लोग अपना बताना शुरू किए कि हमने ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया। सो वहाँ के 2 लड़के जो लोग गए थे काफे में, वो भी आ गए हैं।
तो आपको पूरा एक तरह से जो आपको एक सिनेरियो है वो पता चल गया, काफी ज्यादा मदद हुई होगी, क्योंकि
वहाँ पर 4 आदमी पहुँच गए थे, ये पता चल गया हमको। उसके बाद उनकी जो बातें थी वो सुन के वो बता रहे थे कि हमने एक प्लांट कर दिया है, बेसमेंट में भी एक रख दिया है, तो बेसमेंट में वो देखिएगा फटेगा वो भी। तो बेसमेंट में इनके पास कुछ सामान था, जो बोले कि कुछ टैक्सी में छोड़ दिया, कुछ ले आए, कुछ बेसमेंट में रख दिया।
तो आप लगातार मुंबई पुलिस से टच में रहे होंगे, आप बता रहे हो।
हम थे, फिर हमारे डिप्टी डायरेक्टर और डायरेक्टर भी आ गए थे, सब अपने लेवल पर।
तो ये सब आईबी के कंट्रोल रूम से आप लोग मॉनिटर कर रहे हैं,
हमारे सिक्योर
फैसिलिटीज। अच्छा, ये बताइए कि एक उसमें वाकया हुआ कि एक उनमें से था, उसका जो सैट फोन था शायद वो भी
करीब आधी रात के आसपास, हमको याद नहीं है टाइम, लेकिन आधी रात के आसपास आया कि ये इस्माइल भाई ने एक गलती कर दी थी। तो बोला क्या गलती की, तो सैट फोन जो था, सैटेलाइट उन्होंने कश्ती में छोड़ दिया।
So the satellite phone he left behind in that
कश्ती,
in the boat.
Kashti is the boat. Kashti means boat.
Yeah.
Then we in first time we come to know that they have used the sea route to come there.
Oh, so that was the big thing. So you're hearing what Mr. Sinha is saying, that is how they got to know that these attackers used the sea route, and then you alerted Navy and Coast Guard.
So we were in touch with Bombay Police, and the DG was also in touch with the director. So we were all working in a team, and so whatever follow-up was to be taken was being taken from Delhi. We were tipping them off, and then we will immediately got in touch with our Bombay office, with the VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam,
to find out. That is how you got to know.
No, because here we came to know that the other party is an American number.
Okay, so it was like a VoIP number.
No, we did not know.
No, okay.
So then the VSNL confirmed after checking from the gateway that yes, it is a virtual number and it is used for making and receiving the VoIP calls.
Right.
So VoIP, so then we came to know, okay, this was a VoIP conversation which was going on from that number. So they were getting calls on that mobile number of that SIM number through VoIP.
So can you safely say, if you wouldn't have got this a crucial lead, the toll could have been much higher? Because
yes.
your strategy would have...
Actually, by the time we came to know that 4 persons were there in Taj, 2 were there in, because we came to know about all the mobile numbers which they were using. They were, after some time, they were throwing those numbers, either गिर जाता था उनसे या गुम हो जाता था, तो जो विक्टिम का फिर वो नंबर ले लेते थे, छीन लेते थे और उस पर communicate, because they had a different number. I think that was an Italian number or Austrian number, I don't remember now. उसको उन्होंने ये उस पर कॉल कर देने से they used to get कि okay, they have this number, तो नंबर का इंडिकेशन मिल जाता था. तो फिर
so they were changing also, but by that time you already had a surveillance setup.
We had the total control over the entire year, so we were in a position to know, and this continued for 2 days, because we were also telling the NSG when it reached in the morning that these are the locations.
So were you able to pinpoint that this is where these persons were?
Actually, they used to say so many things. Ki, like in the Oberoi Hotel, one of them said, I think they were on 22nd or 24th floor, that हमने तो कमरे में घुस गए हैं और बाहर एक काउंटर जो रहता है उसको लगा दिया है. Both of us are very tired. एक सो गया है। देन एक आदमी को सेंट्री रहना है, गार्ड रखना है, दोनों नहीं सोएगा, और इस तरह से करके उनका चल रहा था।
पर ये बताइए, किसी तरह ये जो है इसी से पता चला कि पाकिस्तान की पूरी साजिश थी? और
उस समय तो हम लोगों को इमीडिएटली नहीं पता चला कि द कंट्रोलर कहाँ बैठा हुआ है, बट in another 10 to 12 hours time, when we had that virtual number, we involved the US investigation agency, FBI.
So
they did the back checking and said कि तो Colphonics company है, और Colphonics company is New Jersey based company, और वहाँ से इन्होंने लेकर के
सारा डेटा
निकाला, then they were able to trace
कि कराची से बात कर रहा है। पर एक चीज़ बताइए सिन्हा साहब, कि आपको क्या लगता है कि इतना बड़ा अटैक हुआ, हम 10 साल के बाद भी उनके जो परपेट्रेटर्स हैं, हाफिज़ मोहम्मद सईद वहाँ पर खुले घूम रहे हैं और भी केस कुछ नहीं है, आपको लगता है, आपको इतना कुछ आपने किया देश के लिए, आपको दुख नहीं होता है कि हम लोग उनको पकड़ नहीं पाया?
ऐसा है कि पाकिस्तान इज़ ए नर्सरी ऑफ टेररिज्म।
बिल्कुल।
दे हैव बिलीव्ड इन स्टेट स्पॉन्सरशिप ऑफ टेररिज्म, व्हाट वी से डीप स्टेट, वहाँ तो उसी पे उनका चलता है। The state cannot survive without all these things.
But do you think that we should have done something more proactive to make sure that we were able to get these people?
Very, very difficult on my part to assess that what more could have been done, because the best equipped persons were the Americans, and they definitely put lot of pressure on them. Some of them were arrested, put behind bars, but beyond a limit.
If Indian agencies get a go ahead, do we have the wherewithal to get people like Hafiz Mohammed Saeed?
I am not in a position to comment on that what is our capability and whether we will be able to get that. It is very difficult for me because I no longer am part of the...
I know you've been a disciplined member of Intelligence Bureau, and I know... One more thing before I let you go. I know a specific case where you helped saved a lot of lives, and especially of a lot of journalists who were actually reporting from there. वो बताइए, वो वाकया बताइए, आपने सुना?
मैंने ऐसा था कि I don't remember because I had lost the, you can say, count कि कितना बज रहा है. We were so engrossed. At some time they asked from the other side, he asked that तुम लोग कितने लोग हो वहाँ पे? He said कि दो जो थे लेओपोल्ड काफे में, ये वहाँ से आ गए हैं और पीछे के रास्ते रहे, हम लोग चारों हो गए हैं। पूछा कि ग्रेनेड है तुम्हारे पास? तो बोला हाँ है। तो देखो खबर नवीस लोग जो हैं दरिया के किनारे,
खबर नवीस जर्नलिस्ट के लिए बात कर रहे थे उर्दू में,
कि वो लोग जो है दरिया के किनारे अपना कैमरा लेकर के हैं, सो जा करके ग्रेनेड फेंक के आओ। हम लोगों के तो होश उड़ गए कि पता नहीं कितने लोगों
की बहुत ज़्यादा और कैजुअलिटी हो
जाती। तो फिर हम लोगों ने बॉम्बे पुलिस को वहाँ अलर्ट किया कि भाई उनको पीछे हटाओ। So I think you must have seen in the
we recall that some kind of action was there. Journalists were told they created a barricade. So I think it did help save a lot of lives. Mr. Sinha, tell me one thing. Was there some kind of a alert we got from any foreign agencies prior to 26/11 that some kind of attack like this could take place?
You know, there was no definite input from any of the foreign agencies, but yes, the Americans, I think on 4 to 5 occasions, starting from May 2008 onwards, they had shared with us list of some Mumbai locations, which included Taj Hotel, Stock Exchange, Raj Bhavan, Shiv Sena Bhavan, Baba Atomic Research Center, etc. All these are
sensitive locations.
So they used to share long list and only used to tell that Lashkar-e-Taiba has shown interest in these locations. Whether they were getting these information from some, on the basis of some human intelligence, source intelligence, or through technical surveillance or cyber surveillance, we are not aware. But apart from this, no other specific information had been shared with us.
What about David Headley?
You know, now if you have asked me, if you have broached the topic of David Headley, if I think in hindsight, David Headley was one of their prime operatives because he was pushed into the terrorist network in Pakistan, especially Lashkar-e-Taiba and its similar organizations into post 9/11, and I think after 4 or 5 years he was originally Daud Gilani. They had also changed. He had got his name changed from Daud Gilani to David Coleman Headley to look total American. Nobody in any other third country nations, including India, will ever suspect that this man may be mixed up with some Pakistani terrorist organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba or Harkat-ul-Ansar, because if a person with a Muslim name comes here, he will get suspicious. So his cover was total. But this man, you must have heard about double agents.
Yes.
He was multiple agent.
So वो कई agencies के साथ काम कर रहा था.
Agencies and organizations, not only agencies but organizations. As I told you, he was originally of the drug enforcement, working with drug enforcement agencies of the United States, DEA. Then some other intelligence agency, external intelligence.
क्या यही कारण है आपको लगता है कि उसको हमें access नहीं दिया गया?
हो सकता है बाद में access दिया गया था. That access was given.
Yes.
That after some time the NIO investigators had got access, but there is a natural tendency among the intelligence operatives to protect their source.
So he was an asset, that's what you said.
He was a not asset, he was a very valuable asset. So I think that even if they were knowing more, I cannot be 100% sure, but this is my apprehension, or in hindsight when I think they would be knowing more, because Headley had done proper survey. He had used to come with his camera, not once, I think 5-6 times he had come to Mumbai, and he had done survey of all the locations.
And the entire routes and all,
entire routes where the landings can take place and how they will come to the other different locations. Everything he has done. But we were given only very, very sketchy details. So what I think, Headley, as I told you, was a multiple agent. He was working for Drug Enforcement Agency. He was working
CIA.
for, yes. Then he was working for Lashkar-e-Taiba, because he was in touch with Hafiz Saeed and Sajid Majid. He was working for ISI, because for each trip, whenever he used to undertake trips to Mumbai, the Major Iqbal may not be, it may be their pseudonym.
But the Americans have now declared reward, almost 5 million reward, almost 35.5 crores.
First let me complete. And then he used to give money. Then he was also in touch with Pasha, ARS, Abdul Saeed Rahman Pasha. My memory is now failing, but Pasha took Headley to Ilyas Kashmiri. Ilyas Kashmiri was
the Al-Qaeda
man, and he had given him the task to go and do exactly the same thing which he did in Mumbai, in Copenhagen, Denmark, of that newspaper.
After the Prophet's cartoons,
which had published Prophet's cartoon in 2004 or 5. So they were also under Hitler, so he was given that. When he graduated from Lashkar-e-Taiba to Al-Qaeda, then he was hitting their own people.
So 2014, 2015.
Not 2009. This was 2009. So that brought an end to the Headley saga, because he had graduated from Lashkar-e-Taiba, which was primarily focused on India, to the Al-Qaeda, and also doing against Israel. He was surveying the location in Goa when the Israeli cadets, after completion of training, used to come and take rest, and then he had gone to Denmark. That
really. Now Americans have announced a reward of almost 35.5 crores, 5 million. Do you think that will help get some leads on?
So far as leads are concerned, I don't think there is any lead which needs to be pursued. Only the perpetrators have to be caught. If
but they are roaming free.
Somebody from Pakistan, like their reward in case of Osama bin Laden, they got to know the information that the person is hiding in Abbottabad. It was only on the basis of money. Some doctor who confirmed that he was no, this I will not say because.
One last question. Do you think that post 26/11, whatever has happened, are we better prepared to deal with an incident like that?
You know, we have certainly improved in our counter-terrorism response. New agencies have come up, and like your NIA has come up, the multi-agency center has become more functional, and there is better exchange among you can say the actionable intelligence among various state police forces and different agencies. So certainly we are better equipped, and we hope that such things do not take place in future, because it was a very, very, you can say, if you ask me, after 9/11, this was the most gruesome incident.
Absolutely, where so many foreigners were killed, the way it was planned and all. But जैसा आपने देखा, हमारे साथ थे दिव्य प्रकाश सिन्हा जी, जो काउंटर टेररिज्म के इंचार्ज है उस वक्त इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो के, और the way he was telling us that the turning point was those SIM cards. If they wouldn't have planted it, to a courier going to Pakistan, and by some providence, those SIM cards got used, and it was put under surveillance.
Only one SIM card got used,
and one out of them only one got used, and that was, I think, as he calls, a divine intervention.
Daivik
Kripa, जिसकी वजह से हमें पता चला the entire conspiracy behind 26/11 was unraveled, and lot of lives were saved.